Hey everyone, welcome into our latest Trade to Black podcast. I am your host, Shad Dales, and today we're going to dive into a highly contested topic. What exactly will happen if President Donald Trump announces the rescheduling of cannabis? What's the process? How will the necessary steps fall into place? And what this could mean for the industry and society as a whole? This is an episode you'll want to watch, especially if you follow the cannabis industry closely. So stick with us as we walk you through this shift that could come to fruition. So first up, I'll outline the importance of cannabis rescheduling. Cannabis rescheduling has been a hot-button issue for years. Currently classified as a Schedule I drug under the Controlled Substances Act, cannabis is grouped alongside substances like heroin, which are deemed to have no accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse. This classification has long been criticized for being outdated and inconsistent with the growing body of research supporting cannabis's medical benefits. You think? Rescheduling cannabis would not only align federal law with the reality of state-level legalization, but also open doors for medical research, banking access, and equitable business opportunities. However, the road to rescheduling has been complex, with legal, political, and bureaucratic challenges. The challenges are significant. Federal cannabis policy has lagged behind state-level reforms, creating a patchwork of regulations that confuse businesses and consumers alike. The stigma surrounding cannabis, coupled with resistance from certain political factions, has slowed progress. Additionally, the rescheduling process itself is a multi-agency effort requiring coordination between the Department of Health and Human Resources, the DEA, and of course, the Department of Justice, the DOJ. So now we look at Donald Trump's stance on cannabis, and it has been somewhat inconsistent. During his presidency, he has expressed support for states' rights to regulate cannabis, but stopped short of endorsing federal legalization. In his 2024 campaign, Trump hinted at rescheduling cannabis to a lower classification, signaling a potential shift in policy. This sets the stage for a hypothetical scenario where Trump decides to take action. So here's how this would look. So let's imagine President Trump announces his intention to reschedule cannabis. Wouldn't that be great? The process would begin with a formal directive to the HHS and the DEA to review cannabis's classification. This review would involve scientific and medical evaluations to determine whether cannabis meets the criteria for a lower schedule, such as a Schedule II, or in this case, what we're hoping is Schedule III. Once the review is complete, the HHS would submit its findings to the DEA, which would then initiate a rulemaking process. This includes publishing a notice in the Federal Register, allowing for public comments, and holding hearings to gather input from stakeholders. So now we look at the role that Attorney General Pam Bondi would have in this process. Pam Bondi, as Attorney General, would play a pivotal role in assuring the DOJ supports the rescheduling effort. Her responsibilities would include overseeing the DEA's rulemaking process and addressing any legal challenges that arise. Trump's track record as a tough-on-crime prosecutor might raise concerns among cannabis advocates, but her leadership would be crucial in navigating the legal complexities of rescheduling. So again, here would be the steps following the announcement. 1. Scientific review. HHS conducts a comprehensive review of cannabis's medical and scientific data. 2. DEA rulemaking. The DEA evaluates HHS's findings and initiates the rulemaking process. 3. Public input. Stakeholders, including medical professionals, industry leaders, and advocacy groups, provide input during the public comment period, something we're familiar with the current ALJ hearing. And then 4, it's the final decision. The DEA publishes its final rule, officially rescheduling cannabis. Once ruled, what would then be the broader impact on society? Rescheduling cannabis would have far-reaching implications. It would facilitate medical research, allowing scientists to explore cannabis's potential to treat conditions like chronic pain, epilepsy, and PTSD. Businesses would then gain access to banking services, reducing the risks associated with operating in a cash-only industry. Most importantly, rescheduling could pave the way for criminal justice reform, addressing the disproportionate impact of cannabis prohibition on marginalized communities. So in summary, rescheduling cannabis is a complex but necessary step toward aligning federal policy with public opinion and scientific evidence. While challenges remain, the potential benefits for medical research, economic growth, and social equity make it a goal worth pursuing. Under Trump's administration, the success of this effort would depend on strong leadership, clear communication, and a commitment to justice. Let's make it happen already. So I hope this gives you a better understanding that that in the event President Trump were to reschedule cannabis, these are the necessary steps that would then follow afterwards. Let us know what you think, and if you have any more questions, feel free to leave your comments below, and we'll get back to you with any feedback that you may want to learn more of. As usual, make sure to smash on that bell for all notifications to stay up to date on the business and reform side, like videos like this in the cannabis industry. One last thing, make sure to scan this QR code and become a daily Baked In newsletter subscriber delivered to your inbox weekdays, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, giving you all the latest news and developments and analysis on the business and reform side of the cannabis industry. That's it for today, and like I always say, stay connected, stay open-minded, and I'll see you next time at our latest Trade to Black podcast. I'm your host, Shad Dales. Thanks again, everyone, for watching.